Welcome to London's craziest gangster with me, Mr. Fish, keeper of the dead man's Bible, where all the rules of society are thrown, tossed and washed away. Yeah, I'm the guy standing on a pavement, riding on a bus, sitting on a train, looking at all you people thinking, I wonder what it's like to be you. To wake, to work, to dream, to die. Crash. Okay, been away for a while, chilled out. You get on this bus, don't you? It's non-stop in here, you know. But I got a laugh. You know, it's great, it's funny being a YouTuber now because you get on it and you go out. But I love the trolls and I love all the haters. It's mad, isn't it? Because you know, it's funny for me, yeah. I've been hated all my life, and you know, when you're gay or faggot, whatever you call it, mate, don't bother me. I've always called it faggot. When you're gay and that, we're always hated. It's okay. Religions hate us. It's just cool. No biggie. Countries hate us. Cool. No biggie. Black countries, white countries, it's no big deal. It's just you. But one thing that makes me laugh is when we're hated by, I don't know, like our own. Do you know what I mean? And when I say your own, what I'm saying to you is, when we're hated like, you know, if you're, well, I know it's gone now, but you know, like the working class, your own. And I think that's why we're in the problem we're in today now. In the old days, all the old school, you know, the working class, the real community, the real people, used to stick together. That was it. Nothing could separate. We had each other. And we went through thick and thin with each other. But now, that's why I love the trolls and all this hating. I love it because it shows me that there are a lot of people out there who are unhappy with their lives. You know what I mean? Because, like, let's get it right, yeah? I don't give a fuck. Sorry. I don't give a shit. For me, yeah, look, if I've got to go out there now and do something I've got to do, I'll go out there. It's not an issue. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not fit to do what I've got to do. I'm not fit of the consequences. Do you know what I mean? I weigh them up before I get out there. So crash out's your father. When you get all these people hating, I'm like, why? Like, I'm nothing special. Do you know what I mean? Okay, London's craziest gangster, the question is why? Okay, here we go, enjoy the show. Bosh. Now, I'm sitting in the bush, yeah, I'm having a good time, I'm with my pals, yeah, we're out and about, in Domino Pizza, having a meal, crash, eat, yeah, crash, yeah, we want it, yeah. Anyway, crash out your father, yeah. Phone call on the old blower. Hello, mate. Oh, look, mate. Fish, seriously, mate. He's got to go. Hello? Who's got to go, mate? His pal. He keeps trying me. He's gone too far now. He's got to go. Alright, mate. Well, he's got to go. Come pick me up. So, Crash, I'm sitting there and waiting. Remember, now, this is what I'm saying to you about the thing. Yeah? This is why it's called craziest. Because I don't get in trouble. I don't get in grief. Yeah? I don't, because I know what I'm about, so I make sure slibbity dibbity rips, we don't get in trouble, do you know what I'm saying? So crash out's your father, I always end up in getting in other people's trouble. So crash out's your father, power comes down, yeah, brought a motorbike, yeah, I won't say brought a motorbike, crash, so he's there, comes down, and he's got this most, mate, listen, stop it now. You know I don't like glamorising and talking about guns and violence, I don't know. But this is what happened, this is true, this is it. He brought down the most beautifulest, aluminium, South African pump action right gun. Oh my God, orgasm, trust me. Sublime. It was like, do you know, if you could say something was art, that would be art, do you know what I mean? So anyway, remember, I'm just having a pizza on a Sunday evening, I think, Saturday evening. Crash out your father, yeah? Now all of a sudden, I'm on a batter of a bite with a fucking sawn-off South African pump-action shotgun. hello, yeah. So crash. We go over, and I go over to the east. So we go over to East London now, all the way up, yeah. And just as we get to Whitechapel, yeah. Crash. Listen a bit. Listen. You want to troll me off and have a go at me? Listen, mate. This is real. So crash out your father, yeah. As we get into Whitechapel, to old Bill. Now this is about the time when you remember was it Howard's got blown up on the BBC? Remember that time there, 90s something there. And so crash how's your father? The old Bill had pulled us as we get in Whitechapel, yeah. Now, when you get pulled by old Bill and you're carrying a tool, believe me. Remember I told you about the word damage limitation? You have to think fast. You gotta be on it, yeah? So crash how's your father? I'm staying, I've got this tool. My mate's talking to him. They're asking about the bike because the bike's not registered and that's what's going on here. So I'm now right, what we doing here? Are we putting it on them? Do you know what I mean? Now, you know where I'm from, we don't really put it on old Bill. Do you know what I mean? It's the game, so I'm thinking, right, we're not putting it on them. Are we running? Do we have to put them in the ground? These are the things that have to go through your head. And when they go through your head, these are the things, listen, let me tell you now, these are the things that are going to ramp your bird up or ramp your bird down. These are the decisions you have to make, okay? That are graft, okay? So I'm sitting there, I'm here, I've got this, I'm shitting on it. What do I fucking do? I've got to make this move, yeah? I've got to make the right decision. So as I'm now thinking what am I going to do, I'm saying hold your nerve, fish, hold your nerve, yeah? So I'm sitting there, I'm holding it, I'm thinking, okay, come on kid, hold it, just hold your nerve. Crash, you know what the copper says? It's your lucky day. The school's just been burgled. I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah. Mate, talk about God from heaven. Mate, so anyway, so they go. So anyway, we go round the corner. My mate then gets off the bike, and it just coincidence it is, as he gets off the bike, crash how's your father, on the Fellas Road, the geezer's walking along with somebody else, I don't know, and my mate's just gone out there, boom, 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 and started shooting at this guy and putting it in his legs. And it was funny because as the guy got to his door, the woman slammed the door in his face, yeah, and shut the door shut on him. And so, he was left outside to get it. And it was sad. And, then what happened was, now we have a situation, I have to get my mate back, yeah, to the manor. And now we got to put him out the way, because he's just done what he's got to do. So what we had to do, we left the bike, well, I let him go in a car, and I had to laugh because I've never ridden a moped or a bike before in the old days, yeah. So I've got to drive this thing around the corner to plot it there for the boys to bring the van and everything up, yeah. But as I'm driving it, crashed, I've fallen off and smashed straight into smashed straight into a car, yeah. So I picked it up, stacked it there, and I rang the boys. No, look, boys, come up. And this time it must have been because mobiles were just in there. I think it was an old Motorola, the Star Trek one, you flip it out. So crash. I'm waiting up there in East London. So the boys have come with a van. And we put the bike in the van. And I love the boys. And we're going back. And this time, I'm sure the boys came from the gym. I was teaching boxing there, which I'll go into in a minute. And so crash how's your father? We put the bike in the van, we're going back. Now we're about 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, for those of you who are a bit like my age, coming to 59, 60, I think you'll know, remember, you never used to see motorbike police in the evening after, you know, a certain time, at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. You never see them out and about, unless of course maybe they were the diplomatic police, you know. So crash. When we got back, because of the bombing, it was either the Harrods bombing or the BBC bombing. Because of that, the police had heightened their patrols and whatnot. And as we got back, I don't know, we've just, you know, my mate just shot this fella. Okay, I put him away in a car. We're now taking the bike now to a scrapyard, and crash hours your father. We get to just near the BBC, and boom, you're not gonna be a police motorbike, a policeman on his own pulls us. Oh mate, alright, I'm like that. Nah mate, hold it, stop. So I'm going to the boys, listen, we're getting nicked. We're looking at 50 years. Like, why else is he stopping us? Someone must have clocked something. But it was the days before the CCTV was really about, kind of thing, on the level it is now. So they crashed. We're there, and my two mates, like, you know, they're too good as ever. Jason Paul, well, they were there, but they're do gooders. And they go, nah, I can't believe it. So anyway, the policeman stops us, and we stop the van. So he asked us what we're doing out and about. We said, we're just, you know, going on a play. And he said, can we look in the back? And we said, yeah. And he saw the bike, and he said, well, what are you doing with the bike? We said, we're going to take it to a scrapyard now. It's all use, you know, get it for scrapyard. And so he shut the door and he let us go. And wow, that was, for me, that was a massive moment. You know, that's the difference between, you know, going home and starting a 15-year, 25-year sentence. You know, it's crazy. And that's why we're called London's craziest gang. Because when you don't do things for money, you know, you have to do things, one, because it's right, and two, for loyalty. Do you understand? You've got to be loyal to your pals, mate. And that's what I find what's gone now. People ain't loyal no more. Yeah? People are not prepared to die for their pals no more. They're not prepared to ride bird for their pals no more, if it warrants it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think, you know, the sad part is, you know. And that's why I laugh when people have a go, and all these trolls and all these people, black people tell me I'm in denial of being black. I laugh at these people. I'm like, mate, I've took on the system. What have you done? What have you done, man? Nothing. You know what I mean? The system that was beating us down and hitting us down, I've took them on. No, but yeah, I've took their licks, I've took their slaps, I've marched, yeah. I've had a cause. When I'm doing what I'm doing, it's not for me myself reaching out. It was to take on the Big Brother system. It was to take on the people who are putting us down, keeping us grounded. It was to take on them people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when people are talking to me, I'll ask you stupid questions. I'm trolling, hey. What are you hating me for? You ain't some black faggot who's going around, he's doing what he's got to do. You hate him for what? Come on, mate. What are you hating me for, mate? I've got 99 years. What are you hating me for? I got flying squad all over me. What are you hating me for? I'm on weekly visits to probation. What are you hating me for? I get on a bus. They go, oh, excuse me. And this is 2016, 2008, 220 now, 221. This is now. I get on a bus. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Fish. Yes, how are you? Mr. Probation. Yes, how are you, Mr. Probation Officer? Oh, I'd like to know what. Can you tell, why are you at Manchester Airport? Hello? Say again? Why are you at Manchester Airport? I'm not in Manchester. I'm on a bus. You know? Yeah, I'm on a bus in Victoria. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm not in Manchester. Okay. It must be someone else. Must be using the same name as you. They must have the same name, date of birth as you. So these people, then when you get a phone call like that, they're showing you that they're on you. That's what they're showing you. They're showing me that they're there. The eyes are on me. But it's cool because I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Unless I have to do it. And if I have to do it, well, I'll have made up I'll have made up that consequence of the decision and gone, right, crash, bye-bye. Do you know what I mean? That's the risk. we know if we're going to walk 15 years, then at least we know we're going to walk 15 years. And that's, you know, that's the funniest thing. Another thing about us, we you know, about me, we get blamed for things that we didn't even do. Now, a jeweller got shot up in Hatton Garden. Those you may remember, they're big in the newspapers. A jeweller called Solly, and he got shot. And you know, I knew him, and I knew certain families that are around him, and I knew certain people that are around him. But I'd have no reason to go and shoot him. He's done nothing to me. I've done nothing again. And yet, when they was at the his wife was at a meeting, for investors for a certain company. You know, his wife is screaming to my people, "Oh, where's Mr. Fish? He shot my husband. Where's Mr. Fish? He shot my husband. Yeah, you him shot my husband." You know, I'm getting the blame for something which totally and utterly I didn't have a clue what she was talking about. Do you understand that? I'm getting thrown into the mix. So these are, when people keep going, "Oh, gangster, oh, you're still," you've got to remember, it's not what you think. It's not all just happy-go-lucky fun. You're getting accused of putting someone else in the ground. Now, imagine their people and the other people in blue and white that take this serious. You're getting in trouble for that. Now, his people, yeah, who are quite naughty people, you know what I mean? And you know, respect to them. I know them, we're all cool, but they're naughty. They could have come down and put me in the ground. They could have offered to put place and put me in the ground. You know, just because someone thinks that you have killed one of their people when you haven't. Yeah, this is the other problem with being in the game and being known for what you're known for. Do you understand? Yeah, by those in the game, and that's another massive difficulty. Yeah, that's what people don't realise. You want to have a go at me, mate? There is so much go. I protect people like you. Yeah, I protect people like you from the dark soldiers, from the soldiers who want to hurt you for nothing and take your belongings. That's me. I'd stand in and protect you. I'm that line, that little line between good and bad, when you can't go to the good. So I don't know why people slagging me, because all I do is protect people. So when I see people slag me, it just shows me how shallow people are in life. It shows me, and billions and billions of people on this earth, like how sad their lives are. Isn't it sad that they think that some silly black geezer who has a silly hat, they think that he is worth trolling or slagging off, or like he's successful or he's any better than them? It's sad, isn't it? Like, you know, I just thought most people led life happy. Do you know what I mean? I thought most people, you know, lived. I didn't realise so many people lived in that world what I left behind, where I was like trying to do 100 years, where I was hurt and depressed and lonely and sad over being gay and homosexual. I didn't realise other people were like this when they're not even faced with those issues. They're just faced with normal everyday life issues, and it kind of confused me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, crazy. You know, another crazy thing is, you know, I've been craziest gangster. Why? I told you. One time I'm in my mate's Porsche, you know, crash how's your father? You know, I'm sitting there, sunny day. The next thing I see 16 coppers on the old corner, bosh down with a balaclava, jump out of the Porsche, crash how's your father, 900 mile an hour towards the old bill. Ah! Boom, they've all split now, looking at me like that. What's going on? Who's this nut? I've gone boss crash, yeah, bump round the corner, I'm tearing now because I know they're going to be on it, yeah, after me. So crash, I'm tear, bump round the corner, down I'm bosh, straight back into the Porsche convertible. And I turn around to the boys and I go, you know what, boy? See where I come from? That's what we call class. You know, you got to do mad things to be in this game. You have to love mad things. I love it. Yeah, I used to ride motorbikes, yeah, short bikes, yeah. No, and then we had number plate. Everybody could never work out. Why would you want to ride a short bike? Why would you want to risk getting nicked on a short bike? But the thing what people don't realise about riding a short bike, what you have to understand is when you're in this game and you're mixing with different villains and different people and different backgrounds, you gotta understand, yeah. You understand that if they're being watched and then you go to them with your number plate, now your number plate's being watched, it takes back your name and address, and now, boom, they built up a whole picture or profile of what's going on. And that's why I used to love taking nick number plates to where you go. That way, if the person you're going to visit, and remember some people you visit are quite naughty, if they're being on the road, at least then crash, yeah? It's not your name and address. Secondly, when you're riding a nick motorbike, you have to be on point. So you have to be aware of police cars, police officers. You've got to keep sharp 24/7 all the time. Absolute sharp. And the greatest thing about being sharp here is if you were sharp on this motorbike like you are, then crash hours your father. Someone could call you to go on a bit of work and you can go yeah straight away because you're already your mind's already like prepared. It's in that mindset. So you can go to work, you'll be switched on, do you know what I mean? Rather than if you had a legit car and you're just cruising, you're all relaxed, you're doing your family, doing your house. So all of a sudden someone says, hey, listen, we've got to go on a bit of work, but because your brain's in 5, family, bills, rent, work, blah, blah, you're not really fully switched on, do you know what I mean? You have to wait a couple of weeks to get up to speed to where you need to be, do you understand? So these are the things. So, you know, when you say London's crazy gangsters, because, you know, I don't fly the way other people fly, do you know what I mean? I remember once I used to teach boxing, and I love boxing. I used to box in a club called Middle Row. The coach left, Ted, and the gym was going to close, and so I decided to take on a boxing coaching course, and I've done it with the ABA up in Camberwell. And for us, our gym was about coming out. Listen, our gym was the crew. Do you understand? We were together. We had the loudspeakers. We had the music. We had we had the street. We all were from street. We were on it. Do you know what I mean? And all the crews came. We all shook hands. We was all ways. I could bring a crew together from north, east, west, and south because that was our. And we shake hands all on the understanding, yeah, that we knew fish and fish was down the line, so we'd be down the line. Do you know what I mean? And so we used to teach boxing. And I remember, for me, when I used to box, oh mate, I used to love fighting. Boxing was always fun to me. Yeah, boxing and fighting are two different things for me. Fighting, mate. Fighting on the street, it's another level, it's another buzz, it's an euphoria that you dream about. When you have an orgasm, when you have sex, that is fighting on the street. You don't know, I've been chased by knives. I've been chased with geezers running down the road with 2 knives, but they have to run like that because they know if they do that, they stab themselves. You know what I mean? Absolute murder. You know what I mean? I've been stabbed in the arm. It's just funny. And this is why people say, why are you great? Listen, I've had geezers pull knives on me, and mate, you run straight towards them. You run straight towards it. Listen, trust me. Don't be running on back with that. Run towards them. Let's do this thing. Yeah. But when they see that you ain't free and you ain't shook, mate, they're like that. They've now got about, yeah. They're in bits. So, boy, you know, I love it. You don't know what he's gonna pull out. You don't know on the street. But in the gym, in the ring, in the boxing, you know, it's nice, it's great, but it's fun. It's not something that I take serious. Do you know what I mean? And when I have taken it serious, I've just knocked them spark out. Do you know what I mean? But when I first started boxing, it was quite funny because there was Terry Dixon, Garth, Peter Brown, some of the names, some of the boys. Ted was there, Frankie Isaacs, brilliant coach. You know, and all the rest of them, Brendan Kelly, Ronnie Burnside, Paula Flaherty, Jason McGallagher, Brendan Kelly, who died, God bless him, and we dedicate this to Brendan, good boy. You know, we had a proper crew, and it was funny with, because I told you I don't see colour, Ian Doughty, so we've always, because I don't see colour, I've always mixed. But Ladbroke Grove was always a predominantly black area at that time. At that time I didn't live in the Grove. And because a lot of the boys that I was moving with, they were white and it was summer and they had the crew cuts. Sometimes you could mistake them for skinheads, yeah. So whenever we'd be out in the car, I'll be with them. I'll go, you black bastards, yeah. And duck down there. So all the black gangsters start running towards them. And they'll be like, fish dough, something like that. I'll do it for the crack. You can have a laugh in life, ain't you? Oh, you black bastard, duck down. Fish stop it. And they shit to themselves. And I remember, one time, fucking crazy. I remember one time my mate Ian Doughty, an absolute loon. Callum, his son, is now doing 18 years. God bless you, Callum. I hope you do well. And I remember one day with Ian, and this time we were living in the Grove. And Crash, How's Your Father? We're going down Westbourne Grove Road. And Ian was most fun. I mean, Ian was like me, he was on his own. And Ian kind of took me in. When I came out of prison in 86, Ian took me in because, I had nowhere to go. And I lived with him, and he was brilliant. And what happened was, he was the most funny. Ian would pull up to people on a bike and go, "Oh, mate, hello, remember me? And he'd reach through the passenger window to shake their hand, hold it and drive off. So they'd all buckle up on the bike. He was off his nut. Bang out of order here. And then one day we were going up past the Colville, and the Colville was a pub in Ladbroke Grove, where I did explain on another podcast where we had a bit of trouble. And Ian saw a load of black guys. And we knew all the black guys, they were our mates, but it was funny we didn't see they couldn't see who was in the car. So Ian would be, beep, 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 yo, yo, yo. And they'd look. And then Ian would come back, beep, 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 yo, yo, yo. So then they'd start to walk towards the car. And then Ian would drive off. And then they'd talk a little bit more, and Ian drive off a little bit. And then Ian went round the block again and went, beep, beep. But what happened was, as he went beep, beep, another car in front stopped. And so they're running towards the car now, yeah, because they want to know who it is. They've got the eye arm. And this car's just slamming on the brake. And the car's slamming on the brake because she thinks that Ian is bibbing her. So she's got the hump because she's thinking, what are you bibbing me for? I ain't done nothing wrong. So now they're coming towards us 14, 20 handed. We're shitting ourselves. They go, baby, get away, get out of the effing way. Get out of the fucking way, yeah. So she's moved and that much, it was that close. We just got through it. Fucking Britain's craziest gangster, London's craziest gangster, oh mate. Yeah, and so anyway, boss, back to boxing. I used to love boxing. boxing, and for the fun, I trained really hard. I loved it. And the problem was my mates kept telling me to box because they said to me, look, Fish, you know, you've got to stop fighting all the time. You're going to get nicked fighting, mate. You know, you need to stop going in the ring where people want to fight. And so I took it up and started training. And Frankie Isaac started to train. A real Frankie Isaac. But what happened was I couldn't, you know, I was orthodox, but I couldn't hold the pose properly. I'm left-handed, I'm right-handed, left-footed, so I'm kind of in the brain all switched, and so I couldn't do the left hand, you know, left foot first and back foot up. I couldn't do what he asked me to do. It was confusing to me. So he refused to train me. I thought, okay, cool. So I then went and trained with a trainer called Jerry Middlemouse. Now Jerry, lovely white guy, real soft, real gentle, beautiful man, yeah. And Jerry took me under his wing and taught me to jab and stood by me, and I had a go. But when we had our first fight, I knocked him spark out, you know. And when we had the second fight, it was a fight, but I knocked him spark out. And then I had the third fight and loved that, and knocked him spark out. And then I had the fourth fight, and that was good, knocked him spark out. And then I had the fifth fight, and knocked him spark out. And when I got to the sixth fight, Frankie Isaac, suddenly realising that I could fight, asked me to come back to him, and I said no. You know, like, mate, why didn't you stick by me in the first place? Just because I couldn't hold the pose doesn't mean I can't fight. You know, these are the basics, you know, like all these are the basics. That's all a real coach can do is teach you the basics, yeah. And then once you understand the basics, he will teach you to fight your way, fight any way you want. You know, the idea of boxing is you learn a coach's way so that if your way doesn't work, you can go back to the way the coach taught you, to the basic, and it will work. Do you understand? And that's what I tried to do. So Frank wouldn't ask for me to come back to him. I said no. So the sixth one I knocked out, and the seventh one I knocked out, and they were all wars. You know, at that time, you know, I used to get up at 5 in the morning, and I was working. You know, as I told you, working, and I would, that time living in the bush. So I'd go out, I'd do my running, I'd do the circuit. This is 5 in the morning. Yeah, do running, do the circuit. And then I'd get home, have something to eat, and then for 6 o'clock we had to be at work for 8. So I'd run from Shepherd Bush to Oxford Street, or wherever we was working, and I'd run with my gear on, the back work gear, and we'll be scaffolding or building or labouring, but always doing something. And I think it was scaffolding this time, so I do all the scaffolding, and I love scaffolding. And scaffolding, I love it because I love being on the edge. I love being, you know, that close to death once a day. I love it, and if I'm not, I can't live. Does that make sense to you? And so, you know, the adrenaline. I love the adrenaline. I love the adrenaline. I love the fear. I love being on that line. You know, and so boxing and training, the love I had for it was brilliant. But I always had these guys in boxing that sometimes, you know, thought they were better than they were. So one day we had Audley Harrison. And Audley Harrison, I think it was made the British heavyweight championship. Won it, the title. Now Audley, if you're listening, you might probably punch my head right in, but this is what happened. So I was in the gym one day and I took it over, and I'm coaching the boys, and I'm coaching Brendan Kelly, who sadly passed away now. And Brendan was one of the crew, good in the crew involved in it. He was loved by all. And Brendan, I was sparring him, and Audley Harris, Audley Harris said something to the woman, "Hey mate, you're shit, you know what you're doing." And so I said to Audley, do it. shit, I've got the and the eyes across, the skits is out. Yeah. I go, right, yeah, oh, what, you're that good? Come on, get in the fucking ring. Come on, get in the fucking ring, let me show you how good I am. Yeah? So he goes, nah, I don't want to get in the ring, you do it outside. I said, all right, then come outside. Come out fucking side, let's do it outside. He went, nah, you do me outside. So now I've got the innit? So I've gone running the walls, I've jumped out of the ring, gone running the wall. The boys have like grabbed me fist, nah, leave it. He's now running down the stairs out the gym to his car, at which time, you know, he'll tell you, he's not, you know, he's a man, he'll tell you how. He had a white golf convertible. So I've now gone to jump out. I've got out the first, my gym was on the first floor, yeah. I've got out the first floor, mate, crying, and I'm going to jump through the golf convertible, but the boys have pulled me back in and said, Fish, nah, Fish, leave it, yeah. So I've gone, oh, mate, I fucking wouldn't have jumped with that fucking convertible. But anyway, I've left it at that, he's gone. But this is why I love me. This is why I sort of love me, and I love my world, and I love people. That's what I'm about. I'm not about dough, money, girls. I'm about people. You know that every single boy, listen, every single gym member. Yeah, this is a gym. Every gym member turned up with a tool the next day and was actually done. I've all done, gone, mate, no. I've gone, whoa, gentlemen, it's not that kind of party. I go, it's cool, it's just me and Audley having a silly argument, father and son. It's not that kind of party, like, put the tools away. But it was a good moment for me, because it showed me when they brought the tools. Well, it showed me you're loved, you know? It showed me I was loved, you know what I'm saying? Because I loved them. And I still do. And that's why I suppose we're called London's Courageous Gang, because my crew could call me now. Yeah, and they're in trouble. I'm in trouble. That's it. I have to go. If it's life-threatening, you know, don't get me wrong, now we try and do everything via the YouTube. I'll try and talk to you. I'll try and tell you what's wrong. I'll tell you what's going on. I'll try and get through, you know, that's why I come to YouTube. You know, I haven't come to you. You know, I got all these people, like these trolls, not even trolls, but people that know you, trying to put you down. But I'm laughing like, mate, hold on. I tried to die, yeah, or do 100 years in prison, so I don't really see what you think you're going to say or do. Hey, well, you know, we're